Alrighty, welcome to another episode of Ganked, where this time your ship and your fit doesn't matter. Let me explain. So, there's kind of a little bit of a new meta. Legion's been working on this, and the new meta has to do with Cenotaphs. And so Cenotaphs are they're a battle cruiser size, and they have the what are those weapons called? The breacher pods. And the breacher pods work in a different way, where when it's fired at you, which is fired at you kind of like a missile, it hits you and really kind of starts eating you from the inside out. And so your resistances that you have on your ship and everything don't matter, because it only cares about raw EHP. And so stuff like the hauler. Let's see if he has any kills here with it. I don't see any. Why can't I remember what the hauler is called? The bowhead is one that depends a bit on shields and everything, and it can get taken out too. So let me show you some of this. And so this one's a little bit different. I still think that the overall ship and fit is an obelisk that has Tech 2 bulkheads in it. That still is the highest EHP, and it's pretty raw EHP. And so that one is still the best. But let's look at this. And well, that's kind of funny. I mean, I'm not laughing at their fit at all. Why have an expanded cargo hold and a reinforced bulkhead? They combat each other. Maybe it gives them a little bit more EHP when at the same time getting them a little bit more cargo space. All right, so here we are with just 4 ships to take this out. Just 4. And so the Legion, or not Legions, the Cenotaph here, according to Admiral, these are about 685 million each to build. And so if you take that there's a 50% drop rate, and you take the cost of these, which the cost of these can fluctuate, obviously, as the market goes. I heard that somebody bought all of a single component that is required to make these, which made the cost go way up, which is kind of funny, because market PvP defeating, player PvP or gun PvP. But so let's say he's able to make them for 685 million each. And so he's got 4 of them. And so we're going to take this as an example. So 685 times 4 is 2.75 billion ISK. Okay, so that 2.75 billion ISK, if we then turn around and say, okay, half this stuff will drop. So, 9.5 billion here. So it's going to be 4.75 billion that would drop on average. And then if he's able to scoop it up, then he has covered the cost and made some profit. So here, I see that Squiz talking about adding some percentages here to see what the drop percentage is. This is a good new addition, Squiz, if you're watching. The Amount dropped was 2.5 billion. I said it was 2.75 billion. It almost covered cost. Now, a lot of gankers don't worry too much about covering cost. They worry more about just going in there and getting the kills and having fun. And the reason I'm suspecting that, they want to have like at least a 5 billion drop off of using 4 ships is the fact of how fast can you turn around the product that you've picked up, and because you're going to have to sell it cheaper in order to move it quicker, in order to fund doing more of this. So this one right here, obviously, it's the right ship, it's the wrong fit, because of having this cargo expander in here, and then on top of it, they've got too much cargo. So the cargo is just way too much. So if the ship is worth 2 billion, and so the ship and fit is just over 2 billion, and so they had 7 billion worth of items on board. Well, that's a problem. So oh man, and there's a Barbacoa blueprint in here which doesn't show a worth, and that's got some worth. I don't know how much, but it's probably at least a couple $100 million. And so at least a lot of these blueprints are copies and not originals. Anyway, this is part of kind of the formula here, is that how fast can the gankers turn around the loot to buy more ships to do it again? And so here's one that's even higher. It's at 11.5 billion. And why can't you guys get it through your head that you don't do anything but reinforce bulkhead 2s? And why are you carrying so much? He killed him with 3 ships. So if there's 685 million each, then it cost him 2 billion to pop this. They dropped 4.5 billion. And so, it's like, okay, there you go. If they were able to pick the stuff up, then you just bought them more ships. So that is, yeah. Yeah, you just bought them more ships. And I am not impressed. So let's see here. This one is 8 billion loss. And oh my goodness, not only are you in the wrong ship, and not only do you have the wrong fit, but you put in a frickin' ore fit. Oh wait, this is Achiever cargo. I don't know what the Achiever cargo is, but they're probably expensive. No, they're actually not too expensive. 32 million each. Okay, well that's much cheaper than the ore ones. Does it give you more space? Huh, I don't know. And what is it at the expense of? Do you guys know what using expanded cargo holds do to your EHP? It gives you paper thin walls on your ship. You triple cargo expand, and basically you are a paper plane flying around. I mean, you can just be shot so easy. So they took him out with 3 ships. Now, this is a big difference from how ganking was done in the past. Because ganking, you would see a whole bunch of catalysts, or you would see, what are those other ships, those Amar ships that stand kind of tall? I forget what they're called, but, and stuff, and, like tornadoes and other stuff you'd use to oracles. Thank you, oracles. You would use a lot more ships. And so what is happening here is that we now have made ganking accessible to more people. Not just getting shot. I'm talking about shooting, being the shooter. because right here we've got three ships being used, which means they're only having to use 3 accounts. Well, they probably got to have 4, because they got to have something to pick up all the loot, standing by. Otherwise, I mean, some of the guys don't even care about loot. They just, oh my God. I just saw what the cargo is here. 23 apocalypses. Oh, and here's the ore reinforced bulkhead. See, this is why I was talking about ore. 623 million. Okay, so this is just a Charon. You never, ever use these in a regular freighter. You only use them in jump freighters. Oh, man. So, anyway, they made money off of this one. Dropped 6.1 billion. Wow. Triple your money. It cost him $2 billion to gank it. Dropped $6 billion. Even if he didn't pick up all the loot. Still made bank. So here is another one. And another person carrying way too much. Right ship, right fit. Doesn't seem to matter, does it? Yep. So, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. All right. So, 4 billion. 4 billion to do the gank, and dropped 3 billion. So, didn't really get quite the drop that they were looking for. But anyway, yeah, see, too bad this didn't drop, right? And that shit right there, the pyrite, really big. So anyway, it's luck of the draw, I guess. But it doesn't seem to matter now. And it with this setup, with using the Cenotaphs, it no longer is safe to fly an obelisk that's brick tanked. Oh my God, really? So we got the ore reinforced bulkheads here. So they're a total of 11.7 billion loss. Only 2 billion dropped. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he gauged 5. I bet that he's throwing 1 extra in on throwing these ships at him to make up for the implants, because the implants can make for a lot more EHP. And now I don't know how the pod breacher weapon takes into account implants, because I believe that it just bypasses resists. But how does it act with implants and increasing your fit here? So it says 345,000 damage. See, now if he was in an obelisk, then he'd be up at 600,000. So again, these people are just not, I don't know. This is the new gank. And so, okay, well, this one's fit a little bit different. I actually don't know what the proper fit is on an avalanche. But what I do know is, oh my God, you don't carry blueprints in them. What the hell? Oh my goodness. So this was a loot pinata. So Admiral says for this one, shield mods did nothing because it goes at raw HP. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. And the amount of loss on this, and carrying blueprints, this one is definitely our winner today.
Your style really tanked.
Yeah.
Flying that big ship, now it's spanked. Wrong fit, wrong
Spanked.
ship. What the fuck were you thinking? Now you're
So,
on the grid. Your rep is sinking.
These are no longer effective. And do you think that these missiles are going to do anything? They don't do shit. You'll never kill one of these before Concord, before they've totally dumped everything they can on you. And carrying blueprints. Now wait a second. Is there anything big in here? Oh, damn. 5 billion worth of fuel blocks? Woo-wee. Damn.
You're a dumb motherfucker, acting like a space sucker, but really you're a fool in this
song is so bad.
Shouldn't be flying, cause all you do is dying in the cold of New Eden. Your tears are worth buying. Paula's blues,
the tears.
Cargo worth a fortune, now you're choking. 30 billion in the hold, that's bold. Inexperience, motherfucker, you've been trolled.
So, yeah. So, how long is it going to be before we have a nerf? You know?
Paula's blues, learn the ropes, or keep buying ships and crashing hopes.
Because
New Eden, it's a hard knock life, so fly smart and avoid the strife.
having 4 ships be able to take this out, will CCP see this as an imbalance? I mean, CCP designed these ships, so they had to know. But now that it's being used very effectively against freighters in Highsec, it makes a difference, doesn't it? So, yeah, here's another triple bulkhead, but they're ore. Why the hell are people running around with ore bulkheads? You know, these people have never been featured on an episode of Ganked before. Otherwise, they would know Obelisk and Tech 2 bulkheads. So, and this right here doesn't have any resistance profiles to it or whatnot. So there's nothing to get bypassed by the breacher pod, unlike the shield stuff. And if you were doing like the Amar freighter, that one you can put in stuff that gives you resistances and everything. And but still, I don't think it matters or whatnot. So 5 involved here. Oh, 8.6 dropped. Wow! 8.6 billion dropped. And so, you know, I wonder, Admiral's killing enough of these guys. I wonder if he's becoming the number one supplier of ore reinforced bulkheads on the market. And I wonder how many times he's recycled a sale. They sell them to you and then kill you with them and then pick them up and then sell them to you again. Yeah. It sounds like a good racket to me. Here's another 11.6 billion. And it's another Charon. You know, okay, so he's got the right fit here, but he's got the wrong ship. And 5.8 billion dropped, 5 ships used to take him out. And oh, this hurts me so bad. Look, these are blueprint. That's a blueprint original. Blueprint original, meaning that it's worth like twice as much as the amount there. And Some of them are higher, some of them are lower in the value. He had just bought them. They were all 0, 0. Yeah. Well, so, you know, these things, man, golly, people. Why do you have to be so brain dead to think that you should be carrying blueprints on here? Okay, so the value, so here, at least in this setup with the Cenotaphs and everything, and like 50% drop rate, you know, probably need that if he spends 2.5 billion on ships, that he needs it to be worth, you know, 10 billion so that enough drops and everything. And just kind of the math formula on that, which means that in total, you probably could do as much as like 2.5 billion in cargo, and people will look the other way. I really think that it's much around the 1.5 to 2 billion, because gankers get bored when they're not seeing a whole lot of stuff to gank, and they're like, you know what? I just got to go shoot something, and I'll get a little bit of something out of it, and they'll go and take you out anyway. And so, gosh, it is wow. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Here's another one. Another one where the pod breacher bypasses the shields. And anybody who thinks that they're using these as a hauler and that they're going to defend themselves with their missiles is sorely wrong. These are not haulers. They may be a freighter, but they are not the proper freighter for hauling normal stuff. And it still applies that you only carry so much value on you. This guy was 13.2 billion in total, and he only dropped a billion, 9.9 billion destroyed. So, you know, wow. Oh my God, all those robotics, 10 billion worth of robotics. Oh, damn. Really? Is that 10 billion? That is. Oh, man. Think of all the PI work this guy had to do to make all of that. Or did he just buy it on the market and he was headed home? Oh, God. I don't know which one's worse. I mean, losing all the money of all the stuff you bought, or having spent a couple of months to make all of this and then think you're just going to transport it to Jita and sell it. So, you know, I mean, all I can do is laugh about it because it's just so ridiculous, right? Oh, speaking of ridiculous, 23 billion. What? Oh my God. So this is prior to the event that we have now. And so with 3 Cenotaphs, 3. So under 2 billion or around 2 billion in total, the cost on this gank. And it dropped 13 billion. Oh my God. So, why not just have one Cenotaph in the mix? A lot of wasted ISK. I think that in order to get the ship taken out in the amount of time you need to do it, that you need more than one Cenotaph that's eating away at the core. So, that's what I suspect. I am no multi-boxing Cenotaph expert, but that's what my first guess would be. And this guy was carrying a ton of materials, and he's triple cargo expanded, which means that he doesn't have very much EHP. You can't stack breacher pods. You gank in a chain. You fire the first one, let it run out, fire the second one, let it run out, fire the third one, let it run out. Yeah. So there you go. Got it. Okay. So, anyway, this guy had just a ton of stuff and or reinforced bulkheads. I mean, if you're going to fly dumb and fly way too much in your ship, why not just add a little extra with your fit that you're not currently using? And just put that puppy in there. You know, this guy must be Fritch to be flying around not carrying, totaling. Yes. Totaling. Oh, yes. Let me not forget my new terminology. Totaling 23 bisque. Yes. 23 bisque is the total loss on this. And Gankers made 13 bisque. Gee whiz. So anyway, is this one right ship, right fit? Is this still with breachers? Yep, it is. So 4 of them. Oh my God, it's wrong fit though. Oh my goodness. Trying to speed a line an obelisk. All right, so instead of 50 some seconds, you've got it down to like 29 to 32 seconds. Do you think it matters? No. You should be brick fit and use a Weber if you need to get going that far, that fast. A Weber will get you off in 6 to 10 seconds. But, yeah, see, okay, let me explain a little something about the mentality that people are thinking by trying to speed align their freighters. And that is that they're like, well, the faster I am, the less chance of me getting ganked. Well, here's the deal. The ganker already knows you're coming. And the ganker is already sitting on the other side of the gate waiting for you. And so they are going to hit you right away. And there is no, there's nothing you can do. It doesn't matter how fast you're going. In fact, even with a Weber, they may still catch you. And so the true answer is that you use a scout, and that the scout knows whether or not there's anything at the next gate. And you don't be dumb and carry this much in your ship. It's just there's no point in it other than you're being lazy. So, and they're taking advantage of your lazy. And wow, that's some nice ships. I wish I had those. Yeah. So they're just taking advantage of you. That's all it is. So anyway, that is this episode of Ganked, the Cenotaph Special Edition. So now that y'all know that the right ship and the right fit is no longer immune to getting ganked, and they can do it for a cost effectiveness of 4 Cenotaphs. And 4 Cenotaphs, what did we figure, was about 2.7 billion. And so if you are carrying too much, it all of a sudden just makes you a great target, and they can take you out. The old school guys probably, their formulas work different. I don't know how the formula on this works against like the old formulas, but anyway, the big thing about this, it takes a lot fewer characters to gank you. So don't carry too much. That's your whole problem. carrying too much stuff in your cargo hold. Too much junk in the trunk.